Welcome to Linguaverse. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Bonjour et bienvenue. Welcome back to French for Beginners, the podcast that makes learning French simple and fun. I'm your host, Avery.
And I'm Melody. We are so happy to have you with us for episode 2. Comment ça va, Avery?
Ça va très bien, merci. And hopefully you all remember that from our last episode. In episode 1, we covered the absolute basics, how to say hello, goodbye, and ask someone how they are.
That's right. Those first few words are your key to starting a conversation. But once you've said hello, what comes next? Well, imagine you're walking through the beautiful streets of Paris or Lyon, and you start to feel a little hungry, or maybe you're craving a coffee.
I can picture it now. You see a charming little cafe with tables outside on the pavement. You sit down, ready for your first real French interaction.
Exactly. And that's our topic for today, how to confidently order food and drinks in a French cafe or restaurant. We'll give you the essential phrases you need to get exactly what you want and do it politely.
Ready? Let's get started. C'est parti. First, let's listen to a very simple, very common conversation you might hear. Melody will be the customer and I'll be the waiter, or le serveur. Listen carefully.
Okay, I'm ready to order.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
D'accord. Et avec ça?
Et un croissant.
Très bien.
Merci.
And that's it. Short, simple, and successful. You got your coffee and croissant. Now let's break that down line by line so you understand every single word.
Right, so the waiter started with bonjour, which we know means hello, and I replied with bonjour too. Easy start.
Then you said the most important phrase of the day. Can you repeat that for us, Melody?
Of course. I said, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
Let's look at that. Je voudrais means I would like. This is the key phrase. It's polite, it's effective, and it's perfect for beginners. Je means I, and voudrais means would like.
And it's much better than saying je veux, which means I want. That can sound a little bit demanding. So je voudrais is always a great choice.
Definitely. After that, you just add what you want. In this case, un café.
Right, un café means a coffee. A little cultural tip here. If you just order un café in France, you will almost always get a small, strong shot of espresso. If you want an American-style filter coffee, you should ask for un café filtre or un café américain.
That's a great tip. And the last part of that sentence was s'il vous plaît.
Which means please. So altogether, je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. I would like a coffee, please.
Perfect. Next, the waiter said, d'accord. Et avec ça? D'accord means okay. And et avec ça literally translates to and with that. It's the French way of asking anything else.
That's a very common phrase to hear, et avec ça. Then I wanted a croissant, so I said et un croissant. That means and a croissant. Et means and. Notice I didn't need to repeat je voudrais.
Exactly. Once you've started your order, you can just add items. Then I, as the helpful waiter, said très bien, which means very good. And you finished with
Merci. Thank you. Simple, essential, and always appreciated.
That was a great start. Now that you have the basic structure, let's build your vocabulary so you can order more than just the coffee and the croissant. Let's start with some other popular drinks you might want in a cafe. Let's talk a bit more about those two magic words, s'il vous plaît and merci. Politeness is incredibly important in French culture, especially in service situations like this. Using these words will make every interaction smoother and more pleasant.
It really does. S'il vous plaît is the formal way to say please, which is what you should always use with waiters, shopkeepers, or anyone you don't know personally. You can attach it to the end of almost any request.
Right. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. Or l'addition, s'il vous plaît, which means the bill, please. We'll get to that one later. And merci is just as vital. Say it when you receive your food, when the waiter clears your plates, and when you leave.
Absolutely. A smile and a merci go a very long way. It shows respect and appreciation.
Okay, let's work on the pronunciation of a couple of those keywords so you can say them with confidence. We'll avoid any confusing technical terms. Let's start with voudrais.
That's a good one. It can look a little intimidating.
It can, but it's not so bad. It's two main sounds. The first part is vous, which sounds like vous in English, like voodoo. The second part is dre, which sounds like dre. So you put it together slowly, voudrais, voudrais. The R sound is soft, made in the back of your throat.
Voudrais. That sounds right. Now, what about that delicious pastry, croissant?
Ah, a classic. The tricky part here is the OI sound and the nasal on sound at the end. The first part, qua, sounds like craw.
Craw. Okay.
And the second part, son, sounds like son, but the N is not fully pronounced. It's a nasal sound. Try saying song, but stop before you hit the G and let the sound come out through your nose. Song.
So putting it together, croissant, croissant. The T at the end is silent. Don't worry about getting it perfect on the first try. The waiter will absolutely understand what you mean.
All right, now it's your turn to practice. This is the pause and repeat section. I'll say the French phrase and then I'll leave a pause for you to repeat it out loud. Ready? Let's go. Je voudrais un café.
Great. Now let's try another one. Je voudrais un croissant.
Excellent. And let's add the magic word. Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît.
Fantastic job. Now, a little challenge for you. How would you ask for a tea? The word for tea is thé, pronounced thé. Take a moment to think. Did you get it? You should have said, Je voudrais un thé, s'il vous plaît. If you got that right, give yourself a pat on the back.
Okay, you're doing great. I think you're ready for a slightly more complex but still very useful conversation. This one includes asking for something specific from the menu and asking for the bill.
Let's level up. Again, Avery will be the waiter and I'll be the customer. Let's listen.
Bonjour, vous avez choisi?
Bonjour. Oui, je vais prendre un jus d'orange et une crêpe au sucre, s'il vous plaît.
Très bien. C'est tout?
Oui, c'est tout, merci. Ah, et l'addition, s'il vous plaît.
Tout de suite.
Okay, a few new phrases in there. Let's walk through it. Avery, you started with a new question.
I did. I said, Bonjour, vous avez choisi, which means, hello, have you chosen, or have you decided? Vous avez choisi is a very standard way for a waiter to ask if you are ready to order.
And I replied, Bonjour, oui, which means hello, yes. And then I used a different phrase for ordering. I said, Je vais prendre.
Right. Je vais prendre literally means I'm going to take, but it's used to mean I'll have. It's another very common and polite way to order, just like je voudrais. You can use them interchangeably.
And what did I order? Une jus d'orange et une crêpe au sucre. Un jus d'orange is an orange juice, and une crêpe au sucre is a sugar crepe. Yum!
Sounds delicious. Then I asked, c'est tout, which means, is that all? This is a slightly more direct version of et avec ça. You'll hear both.
And I confirmed by saying, Oui, c'est tout, merci. Yes, that's all, thank you. Then I added the really important phrase for the end of the meal. L'addition, s'il vous plaît.
The bill, please. In France, a waiter will usually not bring you the bill until you ask for it. It's considered rude to rush the customer, so you have to ask for it.
That's a very important cultural difference, so remember to ask for it when you're ready to leave. And finally, the waiter replied,
Tout de suite. This means right away or immediately.
Wow, that was a lot of great practical information. We've covered everything from walking in to paying the bill. Let's do a quick final recap of the most essential phrases.
Good idea. Okay, the two best ways to start your order are je voudrais, meaning I would like,
and je vais prendre, meaning I'll have. Both are perfect.
The two key questions you might hear from the waiter are et avec ça,
Meaning anything else, and c'est tout.
meaning is that all? And to finish, the phrase you need is,
L'addition, s'il vous plaît. The bill, please.
and of course, don't forget your magic words, s'il vous plaît and merci.
And that's it. You are officially ready to order at a French cafe. Take these phrases, practice them, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The most important thing is to try.
Absolutely. You've done an amazing job today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Join us next time for episode 3, where we'll step out of the cafe and onto the street. We're going to learn how to ask for directions so you can find your way around a French city with confidence.
It's going to be another practical and fun episode. Until then, keep practicing.
Au revoir et à bientôt.
Thanks for joining us on French Conversations for Beginners. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes. See you next time.